figure out kind of where we're starting. Let's see what we got this morning from the cards. So for everybody catching the recording, good morning, hello, good afternoon. We're doing Warrior 3 pose this month. Like I was saying before, I thought we build on this foundation. So we did chair pose, we did extended side angle. We've really built up the legs and some strength, and we're standing and we're awesome. So let's fly. So let's do a little Warrior 3. So grab something to balance, either be by a wall, table, chair, your block. Find a comfortable seat. And let's draw a card and get started. Today it says, I breathe calmly and easily. I am safe in this moment. I like that. Kind of a very like springy card. Looks like all the green leaves out on the trees coming to life right now. It reminds me of. We can breathe a little easier with all that nice new green oxygen out there, right? All that, I don't know, it's just such good energy right now. So we were talking about before class. All right, let's settle in. Close the eyes. Nice tall spine. Otherwise, however you're comfortable. Just let the arms come to rest. If your hands aren't comfortable in your, like on your knees, you can always kind of cup the hands one to the other. Just let them rest in your lap. That's a great mudra for meditation. That's more comfortable. That's always an option. Little add-ons for our practice. As you start to settle, let your breath really come to the forefront. And let that be the thing you're giving the most attention to. Everything else sort of fades away. A card is the perfect mantra for our practice, for our day, for really anything. But really great for right now. Come here. I breathe calmly and easily. I am safe in this moment. A nice little guide for our practice. Something to keep coming back to. I breathe calmly and easily. I am safe in this moment. The world can be a big, scary place full of what ifs and could be's. So all we can really do is just stay grounded in each moment, right? These things are exactly it. What ifs and could be's. Not sure things, not things that are happening yet. There's possibilities, just maybe. So being able to just come back, right, to this moment. I'm safe in this moment. There are no what ifs, no could be's, there is just now. Be a challenging but very helpful practice when we feel like we're spinning out. We feel unsafe, ungrounded. Breathe calmly and easily. I am safe in this moment. And our next inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead. Nice big stretch here. Maybe let the head drop back, tilting the gaze up towards the sky. Really stretching. And on an exhale, you put the arms float down to the earth. Bringing the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, press the palms away, opening the heart. Think about those shoulder blades kind of pulling together, right? Stretching the shoulders as you open the heart. Same thing here. You can maybe kind of lift the gaze back, pressing the chest even more towards the sky. Releasing the arms, coming back to neutral. Maybe just shake those shoulders out a little bit, release that tension. Doesn't have to be yoga, right? Just find a little movement, little wiggle. Let's do a little twist just to wake up the spine, and then we're going to jump right into our practice, okay? Let's send those arms up on an inhale. And on an exhale, moving at your pace here, we're going to twist to the right. Just letting that right arm come behind you. That left arm kind of hook on the right leg. Remember, we want to press down through the hips. So keep pressing that left hip into the earth, letting the twist happen in the spine. If you want to take it a little further, you can take that gaze over the right shoulder, right? That's going to draw it up into the neck. Breathing here. And inhale, release the twist, coming back to neutral. Same thing at your pace. You'll sweep those arms up on an inhale. And exhale into the twist. And we want to exhale into twist because that's when we're thinking about wringing a cloth out, right? If you take a dish rag full of water and you twist it out, our body's doing the same thing. So that exhale is when we're twisting the water out. Releasing the breath creates that space for the body to move that way. And if you're in the twist breathing, every exhale kind of maybe lets that little bit more water out, right? It's that little bit more squeeze. Last breath here. And on an inhale, you come back to neutral. One more time, we just shake those shoulders out, shake the back out. We're gonna find our way to cat cow. Or sorry, tabletop to do some cat cow. I'm still working on coffee number one. All right, so knees under hips, right? We want to have our nice foundation because we're going to use this to set up for a modified version of Warrior 3 too. So we want to start with a good foundation because this is, right, tabletop can kind of be one of those things we think isn't real, right? We don't have to worry about where we are, but it is. We want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up nicely. So knees in line under hips, hip distance apart, feet behind the knees. Same thing with the top body, hands in line under wrists, fingers spread nice and wide. Let's jump into those cat cows. So on and in. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, press into those hands so we're rounding across the shoulders. Gaze comes back towards the feet. Now from here, you can add other movements, right, that maybe aren't yoga and are just a little silly and whatever, and that's okay. But we want to have that tabletop posture as a good foundation, right? And when we're moving through other things, not our silly little wiggles and cat cows, we want to make sure that our tabletop is a good structure. So our table's not collapsing, right? Just taking any movement here to just kind of wake up the body. Then we'll come back to neutral. You gotta sit back on your heels for a second and kind of come out of tabletop. This is gonna be our modified Warrior 3, right? Modified Warrior 3 is bird dogs. We do these all the time in class. So as we're moving through the month with Warrior 3, this is an option for your daily practice. If you just want to do like some rounds of bird dogs, right? Do some drills with them. You can shake things up a little bit. You can do drills with bird dogs every day as part of your practice if you want, right? You guys kind of get to decide how hard you work and what your goals are with these poses. So depending on what you're picking, you know, maybe this is something you're going to incorporate all the time, or just on days when like maybe your balance isn't feeling so great, maybe you want to bring it down to the ground and do the bird dogs. So this is our first option for our Warrior 3 this month. So we're going to come back into our tabletop. You came out of it. And that's why I said you want to find that good foundation, right? Because we're setting ourselves up and we're creating muscle memory here for when we're doing those standing bird dogs. So we want to have, the hips in line and everything where it's supposed to be so that we're creating those correct muscle memory. So from here, warrior three is the leg going straight out behind us. So when you're ready on an inhale, you're going to press that right foot straight back behind you. And then we want to press through that heel like you're trying to touch whatever's behind you. Engage the core. Keep pressing into those hands. And now you want to pull down on that pinky edge of the foot. And that's going to keep from that hip opening, right? So when we're in half moon pose, which we did before, the hips are stacked and our body faces the sidewall. When we're in warrior three, the hips are closed and our body's facing the ground, right? We're perpendicular to the ground. That's why we want to pull down on that pinky edge, and that's what's going to create that flat back so we can balance something right there on the toe. Go ahead, release that right leg down. Now let's send that left leg back so when you're ready on an inhale, press back through the left leg. Same thing, pressing through that heel. Right now I'm going to be a little dramatic about it. So if you kind of notice like that hip is starting to open, kind of going towards the side, that's why we want to pull down on that pinky edge, squaring those hips. Keep pressing into the ground. Think about engaging that core. Then go ahead and release that left leg down. And if you need a little cat cow or just a little wiggle, you can take it. So that's just legs modified. We'll call it modified warrior three for bird dogs. So that's your first option. If you want to do some drills with that and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you guys know the add-ons we usually do in class. So you can come into your bird dogs. You can add some arms. So opposite arm, opposite leg. If you want to extend the left leg back, reach the right arm forward. And you can hold there, switch it up. Right leg goes back, left arm comes forward on those arms. Remember, our palm faces the midline, like we're shaking somebody's hand. And just like we press through the heel, you're gonna reach through the fingers, like you're trying to touch what's in front of you. You can release it down if you're doing those drills. So you can add the arms. So if you want to kind of use that as a strength building drill right through the month, like that's going to be great. Do a couple rounds of bird dogs every time you come to do this practice. It's gonna be helpful all around, right? We're not gonna hurt ourselves for doing more. So that's a great option. Or like I said, just on the days maybe we don't feel like balancing or balance doesn't feel that great, or we just want to get that modified version, that is a great option. So let's get up our feet and we'll see with warrior three. So I'll leave this up to you guys. If you want to make a little sequence out of it, you could, right? We'll do that next week maybe. We'll do a little flow, going like from table talk, doing some bird dogs, coming up to standing through down dog, and then coming into warrior three. We'll do that next week. But today I just really want to make sure that when we're in the pose, we know what we're doing, right? We have the right cues and alignment and stuff. So to come into our warrior three, you can grab some blocks or a table or whatever you're going to use to balance. And we'll start in Tadasana. Like we start all our standing postures, right? So finding some length through the body, some strength, good foundation. We'll start here, and we'll start with right leg, standing leg. Let's pick up on the left leg by shifting weight ever so slightly to the right leg. We're going to start by lifting the knee here. And this is how this is my favorite way to come into this. You can bring the hands to prayer, or keep the hands on the hips, or maybe you're holding on to like a wall already, right? And where we're going to go from here is we're going to start to tilt the top body and send the leg back. So we'll start with the left leg going back. As it crosses the right, top body starts to come down. And we're going to start to straighten that left leg behind us. So you can use your blocks here, or a table, right? And when we're standing, you might really notice that hips starting to open, those toes pointing out, right? So drawing down on that pinky edge, pressing through that heel, checking with that standing foot. You want to press down through all four corners. If you need to come down, you can just drop the foot and come back into it as you need to. But just like that tabletop, we want to square the hips by drawing down on that pinky edge of the foot. You can stand up. Keep you guys upside down and balanced forever, right? So we just want to make sure we're checking in with the hips, checking in with that foot, drawing down on the pinky edge, press through the heel. Top body, kind of yogi's choice here. So depending on your balance, we'll look at some options with the top body and the other leg. So coming back to your Tadasana, right? As you find your foundation, this time we'll switch the weight to the left leg, picking up the right. Start by lifting the knee, checking in with the standing foot, right? Press down through all four corners, rooting to the earth, find your stable. Once you're ready, start extending that right leg back, moving nice and slowly. Right? As the right leg crosses, top body starts to come down. Press back through that right leg. Hands can be on your blocks or whatever you're holding the balance. Take them out to the side, maybe you're holding the wall. Bring the hands to prayer. Reach forward. Just like those bird dogs, adding the arms. You can go ahead and come out of this one when you're ready. Just those legs out. So yeah, so arms, whatever feels good. Just like our bird dog, when we're reaching forward, palms to the middle. And we don't want to, just like when we reach this way in poses, we don't like shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Think about Tadasana, how that back is plugged. We're reaching forward. We don't want to move the shoulders, right? So we're not coming up like this. We reach like this. So same thing forward. So you're not like gonna shrug yourself way up by your ears. Think wide arms, just like standing reaches. This way. You're not trapping your skull between your arms, right? If that makes sense. Okay, let's come back down to our seats. We'll close together. So yeah, so there's just your cues, your alignments for the pose. We'll look at a little flow next week, how to move from that tabletop. But I just want to give you guys some the options to get you started and some good foundation. And rocking and rolling with this pose this month. It's our year anniversary of Pose of the Month. We started this in May 2020. So I think I did a little list in the email of everything that we've done so far. This is our lucky number 13 Pose of the Month. So very exciting on that. It's weird that we're starting to celebrate year anniversaries of stuff from last year. It's very strange. We were talking about that last night. But anyway, so that's our pose for this month. No class on Saturday this week, but we're going to do in person. If you're interested, the following weekend, you can message me to get the info for that. Signed up. What else? I think that's it. Class Thursday at 4. And otherwise, have a beautiful week, everybody. And let's bring our hands to prayer. We'll touch down first at the third eye for kind thoughts. Then at the lips for loving words. Finally, coming to rest at the heart for an open. The light in me honors the same divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. Susan, great to see you this morning. You should be able to unmute yourself.